Net neutrality is the concept of open, equal internet for everyone, regardless of device, application, or platform used and content consumed. Proponents of the idea believe all corporations, including internet service providers, ISPs, should treat internet data and users equally. They should not restrict access, slow down access speeds, or block content for some users to serve their interests. Net neutrality is a contentious concept that has had a roller coaster-like evolution. The debate centers mainly around perceptions of the proper role of government regulation and whether internet access should be legally classified as an opt-in service or a public utility. Net neutrality affects internet users and service providers in very different ways, so many arguments exist for and against it. The first pro of net neutrality is free speech. Net neutrality preserves free speech on the internet by prohibiting internet service providers from blocking content. With no net neutrality legislation, nothing stops them from censoring online content. This is crucial for journalism and gives users more choice over where they get their news and entertainment. Net neutrality protects a diversity of voices online, enforcing rights to freedom of speech and ensuring that ISPs do not interfere with users' access to a wide range of views. The second pro of net neutrality is protecting consumers by preventing ISPs from speeding, slowing, or charging higher fees for select online content. Allowing ISPs to speed or slow certain websites or charge fees for fast lane access may eventually trickle down to consumers through higher internet costs. Those that cannot afford preferential service agreements face a competitive disadvantage in customer service. Net neutrality seeks to level the playing field by keeping large, prosperous enterprises from gaining an unfair advantage when they pay ISPs more for unrestricted customer access to their products or services. End users enjoy access to vital services such as online banking and email, all for free. Net neutrality would protect this as a right, preventing the possibility of ISPs tacking on an additional fee for users wishing to access such services over their network. The third pro of net neutrality is greater innovation and competition. Eliminating net neutrality would stifle innovation and add barriers to entry for smaller companies. If ISPs pick their favorites, new companies and technologies might never be able to grow. An open internet ensures that larger companies don't have yet another advantage over a tiny startup. It's a level playing field on the internet, where everything is delivered as fast as possible to the end user. The first con of net neutrality is less network innovation. During the years that net neutrality rules were in place, 2015 to 2017, investment in broadband fell for the first time in a non-recession period. The rise of more sophisticated internet services, particularly video content, has created greater demand for bandwidth. According to many providers, this has forced the need for greater spending on capacity, diverting funds away from service innovation. Service providers maintain that while they're able to put extra charges on the likes of Google and other major developers of resource-intensive internet platforms, they can divert these funds into upgrading networks and extending service availability. The second con of net neutrality created burdensome and overreaching regulations to govern the internet. According to the Bipartisan Telecommunications Act of 1996, the internet and other interactive computer services have flourished to the benefit of all Americans, with minimum government regulation. It should be the policy of the United States to preserve the vibrant and competitive free market for the internet and other interactive computer services unfettered by federal or state regulation. In 2017, the FCC reported that neutrality rules imposed significant and unnecessary reporting burdens on ISPs to prove they complied. For example, the ISP CenturyLink estimated that meeting the net neutrality rules created over 5,000 hours of extra paperwork, costing over $134,000 yearly. The third con of net neutrality is that regulations are unnecessary because the internet developed amazingly well in their absence. According to economist John W. Mayo, Ph.D., the rationale for net neutrality ignores the positive economic outcomes in the provision of internet services that resulted from 20 years of light-touch regulation. Most extensive internet companies, including Google, 1998, Facebook, 2004, YouTube, 2005, and Twitter, 2006, started and grew to success without net neutrality regulations. And thank you for watching. Please don't forget to like and subscribe.